I know it's dark and that you can't see, but the lights that you see off in the distance are boats on the river looking for that little girl. If you don't know what I'm talking about, oh, I can't get a, guys, I'm sorry, I just cannot get anything to zoom in. But why is my phone not focusing? I know it's hard to see because it's nighttime, but what you're looking at there are boats on the river looking for, I'm guessing, the remains of that young lady. So if you haven't heard the story, an 11-year-old girl, so sad, here in Polk County, Livingston, Texas. I'm just going to summarize the story. It was her dad's weekend, and I guess he had to work, so he had his roommate, who was if I'm not mistaken, registered sex offender. He had his roommate drive his 11-year-old daughter to the bus stop. Well, supposedly, and I'm just saying supposedly and allegedly and all this stuff I'm supposed to say, she never got on that bus. And then mom couldn't find her, couldn't get a hold of her. The guy claims that he dropped her off at the bus stop. Anywho, to make a long story short, it's been several days and she's still missing. And so now authorities have taken to the river trying to find her. Hey, Tilly, I need these babies. It's the saddest thing to me. I feel horrible for, obviously, the little girl and her mom. And it makes you, are you ready to go in and see mama? Other mama number 2? Come on, look at them. They're like, take us to our other mama because we're getting really hungry out here. I need to put my phone down for a minute, friends, and carry these babies in. Y'all give me a couple of minutes here. All right. So we are on the bathroom floor. Girls, oh lordy.
It's a very crowded
lordy,
bathroom.
it's a very, very crowded bathroom. There's no way them babies can eat with all y'all in the way.
Okay, everybody out. This belongs to me.
All right, I'll take the girls out. Come on, dogs, come on. Come on, ladies, come on. Stella, you gotta come with me for a minute.
Not you, Kelly.
Not you, Kelly. Get your butt back in there, Kelly, and eat. You're like, but I haven't been cleaned by Stella yet. Stella, you can go clean them real fast if you want to. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, my goodness gracious. Now, so getting back to what I was telling you all, supposedly, now listen, this story, Millie, this story has changed, y'all. And this is what typically happens. A story has changed so many times. And now I don't think they can find the guy, the roommate, who I think police are calling a person of interest. They did put a lookout for his vehicle. They posted that, asking for information. So, boy, but how could a parent even allow anyone around their child if they know that their child has been, or that person has been convicted of just heinous crimes? And then, boy, I tell you, it's sad. But no, those boats have been going back and forth across that river for the entirety of today. And what's sad is they started upriver. Sheesh, I'm going to just say the way the crow flies, 4 or 5 miles up. And now they've all come all the way down past the house over here. And so they're set up on both river bridges. And I guess, this is going to sound horrible, but I guess they're just kind of like waiting for something. maybe something to float through. I don't know that for a fact. I'm not in law enforcement, and I'm not trying to take anything from what they do, but they've had search teams out, and it's just really, really sad. And, you know, we get to going, and our lives are so busy, and we're doing this and doing that, and sometimes it's hard to remember that there's people in life who are going through some pains that most of us will never have to experience. Thank God. You know, I have 2 kids and lots of nephews and a niece, and it's just horrible. Mabel, you want to come in, sweetie? You going to stay outside and play?
KTRH News Time, 3:01, our top story. It's day 6 in the search for missing 11-year-old Audrey Cunningham from Livingston, as the investigation focuses on the 42-year-old man called a person of interest in the case.
That person apparently took 11-year-old Audrey Cunningham regularly to her bus stop or even to school, and that's apparently what 42-year-old Don McDougall has told police happened last Thursday, claiming he took Audrey to the bus stop just before 7 a.m. But he apparently has not told police what happened beyond that, leaving law enforcement frustrated in their search for the 11-year-old. McDougall was arrested Friday on a separate aggravated assault charge. He has a long criminal record.
That's Fox's Jonathan Hunt, who's been following the case. Polk County officials have now called a news conference for later this afternoon, what they call significant updates.
Well, friends, I'm coming back to you about 24 hours after I started making this video yesterday. Standing here at about the same spot, looking over the river here in the distance. I got some bad news. The river is nice and quiet tonight. And you're probably wondering, how's that bad news? Well, they actually found the little girl, but she was deceased. And there's still a whole lot of mystery surrounding everything. There's got to be a lot of detective work to figure everything out. But the person of interest ended up pretty much taking them to the location, and then according to the spokesperson, he said that the location he took them to was underwater because in fact we had all that rain this past weekend. And so what they had to do was talk to the river authority to close off the dam and stop the water. And then that lowered the river level enough to where they found the body. So it's still tragic and it's sad. And I said it in my live today that I was sad at first. You know, you get the Amber Alerts and you see it's in your area, and so you start trying to be more vigilant. And then at some point, they start talking about people of interest, and they start tying things together, and then you start getting a little bit just like, oh my God, how could any parent? And then you start getting, you know, upset with parents, and you just, and then once they announced everything this afternoon, and even though they're not releasing all of the details, they're releasing enough to give us a pretty good picture of what happened. And now my emotions have just turned to just anger and just, I'm gonna say hate. And I hate using those strong words, but that is an 11-year-old, 12-year-old little girl who probably had an amazing future ahead of her, you know? And now her mom and her dad, and well, I can't imagine. I don't even like to think about what I would do. Well, all is quiet around the property tonight. The goats are all laid up. I got the girls here waiting for me to come inside with them. Anyway, you guys take a chance to make sure you tell those that you're dear to, that you love them. And say a little prayer for this family.